I like that. I think that's really smart as a developer to include the roadmap in the game. All right. Fine, let's start with tutorial. Ooh, I've got coffee. Yeah. What is this game about? Yeah. I don't know, I don't remember, honestly. I think it's a mech. I think it's a turn-based mech fighter, I think. We're about to find out since we are playing the tutorial.
Sorry to strap you in so early today, Lieutenant, but we'll have to cut our checks short. We've lost the town comms last night, and I'd like you to take a look at the tower we have half a click north from here.
Guided tutorial. Good, good. Begin. Follow the contextual hints on the screen. Left mouse. Main controls you need to remember are left mouse to confirm, right click, right mouse to cancel. Yeah. Left click the unit to open the action list. The movement action button. Yeah. This button to put the plan into action. Execute. Hey, Skex.
Hey, Lieutenant. They're still installing the prototype in my rig, so don't hog all the action till I catch up.
Yes, it's not the most exciting test run of our new tech, but we've got people here counting on us, so let's move out.
Rotate the camera horizontally by QE and pitch by RF. Okay. I have a million white shirts? I do. Yep. Border outposts. Comms. Border outposts lost comms with the outside world. Investigate the problem. Okay. Plot a path further north to reach the antenna and determine the cause of the blackout. Sure. Is this the antenna? What is this? Locked. Are there hotkeys? Maybe not. All right. Fine, it's fine. Quit. Quit to menu, quit to desktop, apply and save. I just back out? Yeah, okay. Morning, Clark. All right, so we're headed this way, apparently. Oh, they move simultaneously. Okay. What is this? This is called Phantom Brigade.
Whoa! What happened here?
It's early access.
We just some damn rowdy civilians. HQ, this is Special Field Ops Team Bravo requesting immediate repair detail, over.
This is my first look at it, outside of looking at it enough to be like, oh yeah, we should try this on stream sometime.
What could they be busy with? Well, let's see if we can't do a little more recon. Boot up that shiny new device Ops installed in your rig and we'll see what she's made of.
Okay. Activate the prototype system. Absolutely.
Theoretically, this prototype can predict a short time into the future, allowing us an incredible advantage on the battlefield. This could change war forever. But as long as we have it, our citizens will be safe. I'll move to scout one side of the tower.
That's absolutely the mentality.
You should be able to see where I'm moving and flank the opposite side.
Hey Zam, thanks for the resub, man. The more powerful the weapon, as long as you just control it, safety is ensured. And also hover over paths in the world. Okay, sure. Also hover over paths in the world. Sure. The timeline. Hey, nice. The new window you see in the bottom of the corner of the screen is called the timeline. It's akin to a video progress bar. You can move your mouse over to see what will happen at any moment in time. In a moment here, the commander would plan a move, and we'll see how it works in practice, okay? We're here to look through time. Wait, I was promised looking through time. Being lied to? Sure. Planned actions can be canceled with 2 right clicks. Except that planned action, which is uncancelable. Sure. And this is the one guy. How do I get the other guy's action interface open in this moment? I have to click on him directly. Do I get his movement interface again? Maybe I don't control him? I know. Yeah. Hey, Grateful. I gotta check the graphic settings too. This doesn't look amazing right now.
An unmarked tank. And no transponder. What the hell? Is this some surprise war games maneuver? HQ, we have an unmarked non-cooperative tank at location 2SBR15. Confirm intent, over. HQ, confirm, over. Lieutenant, I'm getting a heat signature from the tank's power core. Check your prototype. If that tank even twitches, cripple it.
All right. Okay, not a whole lot of video options here, huh? Oh, that's what I was looking for. Extra resolution. I don't even know what this means. Anisotrophic filtering. Okay. Alright. Filthy done with Urtok. I don't know yet. I didn't love yesterday. I'm gonna check Urtok out for sure on release. I just don't know if I'm gonna play more early access or not. I might. I'm kind of right on the border, so I'm still trying to decide. Okay. Deal with the unidentified vehicle. Initiate an attack on the hostile unit to retaliate. Imagine that. Imagine if some enemy told you, okay, we've got somebody that looks into the future. And we know that you, I mean here, unidentified tank, no transponder, shows up, no radio contact, headquarters out. Makes a little bit more sense. But just imagine in general. If you're like some guy like shot you and he's like, I'm retaliating. You mean, what do you mean? You're like, what do you mean? You're retaliating. You shot me first. He's like, I can see the future. You were about to attack me. Yeah, non-cooperative tank was a kind of amusing nomenclature. I agree. Anyways. All right, initial attack on the hostile unit to retaliate. Move while firing. Reduce chance of being hit by creating optimal paths. Yeah. Assault rifle and SMG. So, I see. As the timeline moves forward, we see where the tank's going to be. And is that the tank's firing arc, too? Oh, because our guy is running that way. Alright. Attack primary. The step is choosing a target. Click the vehicle in front of you. Attacks can be repositioned on the timeline, allowing you to fine-tune the timing. Alright. I wish the scroll was slightly faster. It's got a little bit of like start time. Kind of weird. Yeah, QB. Exactly. That's what I'm laughing at too. Alright, then we move. Why would I move here? You know, if like this were like Battlefleet or something, where units could only fire in a certain arc, that would make a lot of sense. I don't know if that's the case or not here. Either way, I assume flanking is going to be good. So where am I attacking? Okay. Can I queue up like movement points? Oh, right is cancel. Why does it want me going there? Always a good idea to keep moving. No one says why. There hits things. Like I can't even shoot him if I go there. Why the fuck would I want to go that? Overlap movements and attacks. This minority report all over again. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, so suppose I can cancel actions, but only not really. Maybe not tutorial. Alright, well, I'm just going to try shooting it as it moves forward all the way up. It seems weird that, like, here I'm not shooting it, but here I am. I guess because of movement, can I rotate? Like, doesn't look like I can individually rotate the unit. Alright, it just wants me to go here. So I'm just gonna go fucking there to shut it up. But I kind of don't really feel like that's would be optimal here at all. Yeah. Alright, well we shot it a little bit and then it blew up on its own. That's helpful.
Good read on the tank. I'm hit, but just a scratch. What? I'm picking up multiple targets from the north. My God, this can't be right. Take cover! Take cover!
Okay, we're gonna take cover on the glowing red location. Doesn't look like cover. That looks like the opposite of cover. That looks like open ground, but I'll go there. Thanks, tutorial. And what are you doing? Why do I not have icons for unit selection? Am I not supposed to be using multiple units, or is my... Oh, there's another fucking tank over here. Oh, maybe it's cover from that tank. They're getting behind the rock. Okay, that makes more sense. They did say north, but the problem with saying north is I have no reference for where north is. I don't see any mini-maps or anything. Yeah. Early access, right? We're going to be open-minded about the game, but pointing out what I'm thinking as I'm thinking it. So, yeah, I saw this game initially, I believe, at I want to say TwitchCon. I think it was being they had like a early access kind of like playable demo kind of thing going on the floor of TwitchCon, I believe. I made a note to be like, oh, I should check that out later. I think that's this game. Anyways, can I control this unit? It really doesn't look like I can. This is timeline progression is what we're learning here, but how do I actually select the other unit? I can't. This unit's already doing what I've told it to do. I know. How do I unselect that entirely, though? Alright, I'm just going to execute because it's not really letting me do what I want to do.
Contacts just appeared on our forward slope. Weapons ready.
Treat us hostile. This is not a drill. Intercept and protect the town. We're on our way.
Roger. Heading out.
HQ, come in. HQ, do you read? Pinned down by 2 treads.
Are these cutscene graphics or just zoomed in game graphics? Because those are a little bit better, a little bit cleaner.
Got one. Shit, Walker. Lieutenant, get the...
Commander! Commander!
Dude, the Red Walkers fucked this up. I think he's conveniently color-coded as Red Hostile.
Taking defensive position. The commander's down, but we have to focus.
Who's this guy?
We have citizens to protect.
Oh, we're gonna fight amongst the houses?
There are multiple treads on approach. Remember, if things go to hell, set self-destruct and punch out, so they can't salvage our prototype. Whatever happens, let's meet at evac point R09.
Okay, Reading leaves a tiny bit to be desired. Why are they evacing if they're defending the location? And if it's just like an emergencies kind of evac point, which is fine, it makes total sense. Shouldn't it be put forward as not no matter what happens? It should be like if things go south. Why did the commander just went down? So I don't know what this new unit is. Maybe another cadet. So that's fine. Maybe we're now the new lieutenant. Alright, so we've got enemies moving. We can see their movement paths because we can see into the future. We have to protect these civilian houses, supposedly. Which to me means get the fuck away from them, because anything that takes out giant robot mechs is going to go right through civilian housing. More actions have been unlocked, and remember you can repeat an action multiple times. We have... Can't see because tutorial blocks it. Alright, we have 4 things that are hidden behind the tutorial, and 1 that is eject. Alright, shotgun and shield unit. Wait and cover, or close distance behind the shield, then fire at close range. Neat. This is an SMG. This is an assault rifle. Let's see what they say about these. A submachine gun prioritizing rate of fire and damage over accuracy, similar to assault rifles but much lighter. Optimal range 30 to 54 meters. Optimal firing interval 1.3 seconds. Damage in volley 210. Damage sustainable per second. Okay. Assault rifle. Better range. Better all around, really. Then we have run. We have wait. Order the unit to wait for a period of time while facing in a specified direction. Use with caution. A moment of hesitation and fire can cost you. Okay. Good morning, Billy. All right. Can I select either unit? Yes. Okay, so no handy like unit interface on the left, but I can get individual units by clicking on them. Where do you think cover is here? And like how, I mean, I guess this is the time frame. I wonder what this time frame is. It's a 5-second time frame. Okay. How do I use shield? There it is. This guy's got shield as one weapon and heavy shotgun as another. 15 to 27 meters. It'd be really, really nice if I hovered this ability and it showed me a radius, because I have no scale yet. No scale at all. If I click it, does it maybe do that? That's better, but it should just do it on hover. I shouldn't have to select the weapon. Okay. I think 0 and 1 above the timeline is the unit icons you want for selection. Ah, nice. Not hotkeyed. But yes. And I can see them. That is helpful. I mean, what are these numbers then? Is it numpad numbers? No, but these buttons are doing things. They might be my ability options here. Time placement. For windows of opportunity, when times with clear line of sight and optimal range to target. There are none, consider changing your path. Yeah. Boxes with the on the bottom left here. Yeah, I think that is barrier none, integrity full. Upper body, lower body, left arm, right arm. Doesn't look like there's facing from that. Turn 5. Okay. All right, bear with me, chat, as I figure out the interface. I do love exploring new games. Absolutely love being a fucking variety streamer. Love it. Alright, so what is this then? This highlight. Is this my movement highlight? Because there is, when I select this, an actual radius. You guys can kind of see it. It's like the whitey gray area. Alright, I don't know if I can handle 6 guys shooting me, but I also don't see anything actually resembling hover. Maybe here, but they're all going to be like past this cover. I guess this avoids the 2 tanks. So let's try movement. This one is wait. This one is run, right? Run guy. Let's right click is cancel. Move back to this one. Is the shield guy? No, that one's the shield guy. Let's run to here. The walker's probably the priority target. No idea if that's true. You assume buildings are covered. Didn't they specifically tell me to protect the civilians? Do I just hide behind like the children? Is this like a hostage kind of protection thing where we assume the enemies, like we've looked into the future, the enemies are honorable combatants and they won't shoot through children to get to mechs. So we've just taped a large amount of the civilian population to the front of our mechs. could see that being true. Yeah, exactly. Hide behind the orphanage. There's another elementary school in session over here. All right, I'm just going to assume that this is our only cover. I don't know where the map boundaries are. So can I move over here too? Maybe. All right. So we're going to move. And I want to see the range of my assault rifle as I move. Oh, dude. Okay, interface for range is awful. It's actually pretty good. The range, that is. So I want to move this way. We could go past here, keeping this cover behind us as we're shooting him. I wonder where I can... So presumably I can make a movement path, which is kind of interesting. And as I'm moving, I can shoot. Maybe can I need waypointing though. Like I want to go here, then around like that. Can I do that? Let's try shift and control. Control ended that. I might actually be able to do this by adding multiple movement commands. Let's try shift in case it's a waypoint system. So I want to cancel that. Double right click cancels that? No. Hold right click. Struggling with this interface right now. It definitely told us that right click was cancel, right? I'm not imagining that. Confirm removal. Escape once brought up this option, but also brought it up as a confirm removal. Right click on the timeline. That's an idea. Right, let's try shift for movement. Shift does not work. It is right click on the timeline to remove. Thanks, chat. Okay. But that means to queue up a command where I run there, then run here, then run there, it's going to be really painful, right? So maybe I can just do it by multiple movements added. So I want to go here. Now I have to select move again. I don't think there's a hotkey for that either. Actually there is. I just hit 2. That was hotkey 2. That's okay then. Alright. Let's remove that. Go here. There. I want to fucking shoot him. And then I want to keep moving. We're really fast. How far can I go? Holy shit, we're fast. Okay. Alright, and presumably I can also add attacks during this. Does it show me range? Okay, it does show me range here, which is slightly better. We're out of range there, out of range there. We've moved too soon. Returning. Actually, there's an attack radius here. I can see the range, but the radius is like highlighted where I think this is my arc of fire. And see how it's like lighter in the back? Yeah. I mean, next turn it says at the bottom. Where does it say that? All right, what do you think? Are we strong enough to brawl this, or does it need to be hit and run? What about shield brawler? Was that their attack range? Or their movement location choice? Can I walk through this house? So, it's a wait command too. I don't want to wait. I want to move. So move is 2. Wonder how strong this shield is. Does it tell me? The shield provides an additional armor pool to the mech, absorbing directional damage and protecting parts of the unit. I think shield is 600 based on this. Yeah. Shield guy is slow. Is he? Where are you guys seeing like turns on this somewhere? I think someone said that they saw multiple turns. Where? End of my timeline is end of damage. Sure, but or end of turn. So I can plan for multiple turns worth of movement though. The orange text. Didn't see orange text. Okay. I have no idea how strong this is. We might just blow up here and have to restart or something. But I'm going to assume that the shield is not very strong. So I'm going to assume that we're going to want to use this rock as cover from the guys over there and flank around the back here. So I'm going to move left and then shoot towards them. So that presumably is basically 1 turn worth of movement. Okay, what is it wanting here? Okay. And what's the range on our shotgun? Probably just want to shield. Can we shield while we're moving? Let's try a shield there and see what it does. I wonder if that makes me stop or not. Yeah. When I see, yeah, no, I understand that the shield, I understand that I'm layering a timeline, like making a video. Got it. But I wanted to see, I wanted to know if it moved me or not, if I could move while that shield's out or not. Like, what's the downside of having shield? Why wouldn't I just carry shield all the time, you know? So. Alright. And let's grab, set target in real world. Oh, is this the direction of the shield? I think it stops me, chat, but we'll see. Alright. Team action is attacking. We could check that. Alright. Alright, let's move. Let's try brawling with the shield dude and just see.
You have returned.
Hey, Stewie. Thanks to 67 months, man. Welcome back. Alright, so we'll move to here. I can go this way, right? If I just... Alright. I'm gonna not worry about getting blown up here, chat. I just want to see if I can get the actual interface to work for me. We're gonna go forward on the shield guy. There's no way that's a good idea. And let's run the shield towards the end of that. And we want to face that direction. I have to target something? I have to target something with the shield. And then can I also layer a shotgun on top of that? No. It is the same bar as the shield. Oh. Seems pretty bad because it feels like you're going to want to use those. I mean, I guess you're, as I get closer, maybe it's I'm supposed to be using it earlier. Alright, let's try that as we go earlier. So if we want to move to here. So this is not the entire turn movement. All right, so we go to here. Yeah. And we have shield out for the mid-range of this as they're getting closer. Okay. And then we're going to shoot his ass with a shotgun when we get closer. Okay. That seems reasonable. And do 2 shield actions. That's a good question. Let's find out. Looks like I can. thought. Okay. And let's now assign the other guy. So Broseph here is going to be just tanking as we move forward. We want to get further around the side, I think. And what is the range on the assault rifle? That's the LMG. The LMG is a short range one. Let's find the actual assault rifle. Not in range yet. We have to go further. We'll be in range there. Cool. I wonder what that band is. Is that optimal? Weapon effectiveness is at 64%. Okay. So we'll keep moving. I'm just going to hover around this. And then I want to fucking shoot his ass some more as he shows up. Is the SMG? Oh, that's better. Was there a min range on the... Alright, let's try this turn and just see how it goes off. Okay, we're good. How do I confirm turn? Eject. Would be the end of every mission, I'm sure. Alright, so I've got these two locked in. Yeah, but where's... Oh, execute here. Okay, cool. Okay, there's the shield, not getting shot at. Shooting in with the assault, then shooting with the SMG. And then shooting in with the shotgun. Pilot knocked out. Did we hit the wrong guy? The mechs can backpedal, or do you think they only have forward? Do you think they have a reverse? Because a reverse with the shield seems like it'd be pretty solid. By the way, chat, I want to show you my favorite thing I've seen in this game so far. And if any devs are watching, or any of you guys go on to be devs, I strongly recommend this. This is a great fucking idea to have the roadmap for early access in the game. So players can look at that and be like, oh, right now we're looking at quality of life improvements. And then in February, we'll get a whole new weapon revamp. That's so cool. What a great idea. Where's return to game? Alright, so new turn. Can I see the health totals of my enemies? Leader is inactive. No, they're all inactive. Unknown. Unknown. I don't know what the inactive means. Cannon. These two are dealt with? Alright, how much damage did we take? Where's the shield bro? Shield bro took no damage. There's small HP bars for different parts. I assume so, but I can't... Oh, maybe you think I'm hovering on a location as opposed to... Oh, I see. That guy's got 5 HP bars. Oh. Alright, can we go over this? Like, our mech's like... No. That rock is definitely... Okay. I also don't seem to have a back, which is awkward, because I'd really like to walk slowly backwards shooting them, like mech warriors do all the time. It's going to be really hard to use that shield, for example, if I have to move. I wonder if shield is just omnidirectional, though. I wonder if I can... Let's see if I can give that as a command. Can I give the command to move this way? Using the civilian's house for cover. While simultaneously shielding. Look, the actions from last turn did drag into here. shield that way. Looks like I can. I wonder if that's a back pedal. Hey, Diki.
Our modest fellowship expands. Praise the
Swarmgeist. Thanks for the sub. Go to the channel. Alright, but I can't shoot while I'm doing that. So where does my shield end? It ends there. We don't actually want to be shielding versus that guy anyways, because that guy's already... That guy supposedly is disabled. I don't actually believe he's disabled, but maybe. We get to about there. Yeah, I do kind of want to shotgun the tank, but I'm having a bit of a struggle trying to get that in there because the shotgun is like, maybe the shotgun's like a much smaller action. The shotgun is still a fairly large chunk of time, right? Secondary actions like attacks cannot overlap. However, units can attack and move at the same time. Okay. I mean, we're essentially in range here, although we're a little bit out of range, honestly. All right, so we're going to back up. They're moving towards us. The final movement is there. So what I'm actually going to try to do is back up while shielding till this thing gets in range. Then I'm going to shoot it in the head with the shotgun. Yeah.
A resplendent offering.
Hey, Care Bear. Throwing money at me this morning. Much appreciated.
Cheers.
Thanks for the $50, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Thanksgiving went well. All right. So back up here with shield. Shielding against... I wonder if this is just directional or not. I'm going to select this guy because I want that direction. I hope that's just a directional thing.
Quitters never.
Then we're going to get here. And vehicles will be here, right? Oh no, it won't be there. We're moving too fast. Ah, we got to slow down. Hey, just thanks for the resub. Morning, Nobu. All right, hold on. Okay, well the idea works. A little bit clunky assigning the interface. I don't know if that, I mean, that's definitely, I'm definitely not clear on it yet. So I want to back up a little bit to kite these things to begin with. I guess I want to do some weighting around there is what I actually want to do. So we want to back up to here. Okay. Then I want to wait. I don't know why wait doesn't have like the run like chooses. How do I choose how much time I wait for? That time direction. Oh, I see. It's slow drag here. I want to wait till right there where that's into optimal. No, not, oh dude, the direction. Rip. All right, let's try this again. No, let's run. Wait. Wait selected. I want to face that way with weight. Okay. Then I wish to shotgun him in the head. Excellent. Yeah. Meanwhile, I want to run shields as much as possible here. I think I need shield more than walking away. I should be back, chat. It's such an annoying thing when I forget. Do you guys remember a million years ago when I was crashing like all the time when I was streaming? It's because OBS, because somewhere in my hardware, on one of the CPU cores, there's an issue. And the issue basically only happens with OBS. So what I have to do is every time I launch OBS, I have to set the affinities for OBS to just not use Core 6 and Core 7. I think there's a way to script that. So when I just double click on OBS, I could run a script that would essentially launch OBS with those affinity cores, but I can't figure out how to fucking do it yet. Like, I haven't looked very long. I looked for a little bit and was like, oh, it's going to be a pain. And then haven't looked since. So basically this morning when I started OBS, I forgot to set affinities and just crashed for it, or just OBS crashed for that, which sucks. Anyways, so we're setting up shielding right now. I think I want to start with the shield. Weird that shield is a set amount of time like this. Access the CPU with all the encoding. It's not a CPU usage thing. There's a hardware fault somewhere in that CPU is essentially what I'm getting from that. And OBS does something with it that fucks that over. So what is this now? Why can I overlap the shields? Weird. Can I overlap the shield? It doesn't really let me. Secondary actions like attacks cannot overlap. However, units can attack and move at the same time. So I could, if I'm willing to wait, run 2 shields, I guess, and move the attack action down. Can I drag an attack action? I don't want to confirm that. Oh, I can move it. How do I unconfirm that? And drag it on the timeline, which is nice though, which means I can take the attack and leave it there. I'm going to do it after the double shield. Yeah, I got that it overlaps. It needs to snap as well. I don't know why it isn't snapping. It's like I'm trying to apply the second shield right after the first one. As close as possible with no overlap, but it's not really letting me. Okay. And then I want to shoot it. Presumably then I want this wait to be a little bit longer. Can I extend an action that's already on there? Not that I can see. Can't you see where they're gonna shoot and you shield from there? No, it doesn't show me shooting actions right now. Or maybe it does show me shooting actions. Yeah, I guess you're right, it does kind of show me shooting action. Assuming that red line is a shoot action. There's a dotted red line movement maybe? Solid red line shooting? Beyond my tech knowledge, YO. Yeah. Wow, the game looks crowded. What are you looking at? Interesting comment. Alright. So this shield here, can I edit that? I can just remove it. How do I select the existing shield? Alright, so I guess I'm going to reconfirm these. So it's a bit clunky actually setting this interface up. So these turns, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so where am I shielding at this stage in the timeline? Nothing's shooting me here. And as I move forward, so I cancel that. As I move forward, what? So this time frame, still nothing shoots me this entire time frame. I'm not getting hit till there. Huh. Alright. I'll believe that and see what happens. This D&D combat, but you can see what the enemy is going to do. Okay. All right, then we're going to shoot. So, I mean, I could, hypothetically, I guess, if they're only shooting, I assume they would be shooting continually while they're in range. But if it's precise intervals of shooting, and there's precise intervals of shielding, that should be fine. I don't know if I buy this yet. So we go up to there. He's done shooting. He's already done shooting, but that shield segment's for the entirety of his shooting. Pretty good, then. All right, so we back up here. And then we fucking shoot this guy. Can we shoot him again? Or we're being shot again there. Okay. And then we're going to move again after we shoot him. We're going to move back, I assume. Why is it shooting us again? Start shooting us there. Okay. We want to move the shield slightly over because we're not getting shot there anymore. We're getting shot there. Slightly more. Okay. Move the attack to there. And add another shield action in there. Alright. That's this guy's turn. Okay. One guy's turn done. Shoot before shielding. This guy has point blank range, so you're right. Maybe we could look fit an attack in here. Even with reduced weapon effectiveness, it's still something, huh? Yeah, good call. Cool. Okay. So that's that guy's setup. Let's take a look what this guy's doing. Check heat. Yeah, I mean, these things are packing like, they're almost like a pure heat sink. Should be fine. It's all clan tech. All right, what are we doing here with this guy? Should be pew pew. What are these? Is this an actual bullet in the air right now? The blue? I think that maybe this time period the attack was finishing. Okay. So what was this? This was 30 to 50 optimal. Again, I need to see ranges when I hover this. That's an obvious quality of life thing that should be changed. I think we're going to try to blow this guy up. He's already taken a lot of damage, so he might actually die. Can I fire both weapons? I probably can't fire both weapons simultaneously, and that's the one the other guy's attacking. So let's look at the farther range weapon. We can shoot at that guy. Why does it make me target again? Is that a location target? Like, why does that give me between 100 and 50 when I'm clicking on it? 90% if I click there. All the way up to 100 here. I'd like 100, please. Thank you. Yeah. I hope it's not this slow all the time. Wow, I hope as I get faster at this, it will be faster, for sure. Alright, let's drop a run in here. We want to move back. We will get shot by the tank if we move back. So that red line is really interesting because why does the red line not suffer? Okay, and then do I have more stuff close to me as things are showing up? Yeah. And again, when I'm over here. A little bit out of range there. Take the other mid-range weapon here, I guess. Alright, let's try this. See how this feels. I think we blew up his mech, that vehicle, and did some damage to these vehicles. I want to see how much damage we took. We actually took a lot of damage on this guy. The guy without the shield took half arm damage on both, half leg damage, and about a quarter torso damage. I half killed my own mech with heat. Wait, you weren't joking about heat? I thought that was a BattleTech reference. Stripy parts when I overheat. Has it said anything about heat in this tutorial? Oh, apparently there's heat, chat. The weapons don't have a heat. Okay. Well, let's talk about heat then, I guess. Considering the weapons don't have a heat statistic. Move doesn't have a heat statistic. I don't see a heat bar on my units. Are you sure you're not trolling me? Feel a little trolled. Thermometer to the right. Ah! High temperature can damage the unit over time. It's important to space out attacks and other heat generating actions to give the unit time to cool down. Okay, I like the idea of there's heat in here. If the unit takes too much overheating damage, the pilot will automatically eject. Sure. But if my abilities don't tell me how much heat they cause, then it's a little awkward. Maybe that's supposed to be a thermometer at the top, and instead of giving me a numeric value, they want to give me weird fucking... No? You think that's heat? Which part? shows me heat on the thermometer when I cue the action. Okay, more quality of life immediately required. I need to see the heat cost of the ability before I make that decision. Alright, so we apparently cooked our own mech. Seems good. Alright, we're being shot at through this. Does this mean he's just not hitting me? Does water cool me down? There's a river right here. Alright, let's get our shield unit here. The rock should block it. Okay. Alright, so what's happening at this stage? This is my shield stuff still. Yeah. Actually a window of opportunity here. We get hit a little bit there. There's a window of opportunity as they turn before we get picked up again. Probably enough for a shotgun. Can I step on the vehicle? I don't know. I don't see any it said melee weapons are getting revamped soon. And I might have melee attacks, but let's just try to get through the tutorial and then we'll see. Alright. So okay, I can see heat here then. It shows me how much heat I'm gonna have caused by pulling this into the timeline, but I can't predict ahead of time yet. Alright, there's nothing this close yet, is that right? So when are things gonna be in range? That thing, we need to get to about there. Okay. Alright, it's fine. We got shield. Shield's at 500 HP still. Seems like this is why we have a shield. Let's drop another shield on front here. Targeting. So when it asks me to target, it would be really nice if it would show me what's fucking happening here. I guess we're directionally shielding the guy in the back. Okay. I wonder if it's directional or if it's specific to a unit. Also, why can't I... Which one is shooting me? That one. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna back up slightly during this. And if I go there, am I out of range of this guy? Wait, what? Okay, I don't know if the shield's directional. The problem with this is if I can line of sight that back tank, then I can block the one shooting me. I picked this guy in the back because the angle's better for blocking the guy up front if I'm trying to target the guy in back and the shield's directional. If the shield's unit specific, then I have to target a specific unit with it. And the shield won't help me here. So let's grab this instead on this guy, I guess. It looks directional? Maybe, but it makes me target a unit when I deploy it, so it may not be directional. And then we'll do some running. We want to do some waiting first. Why do I have to wait this long? I want to wait less long than that. Oh. Well, I don't have to wait that long. Until... Because look, my shield's gonna be tracking that guy, right? I am gonna target the other guy then. Yeah. Still shooting, still shooting. Stop shooting. Yeah. So then this is removed. We're gonna shield. Shield is gonna be targeted on that guy. Okay. And we're gonna fucking shoddy this guy. How's my heat? Heat seems to be totally cool right here. On this thing. Meanwhile, we're gonna begin moving. Gonna begin moving. here. It's pretty warm. Do I control facing? I'm supposedly shooting it as I'm doing this, so I'm not sure what it's going to do for facing. If I end turn here, does this mean I lose a second of time, or does it mean it's going to let me redo the thing then? It said directional in the description of the shield. Yeah, it does. Thanks. Cool. That's helpful. All right. And then I guess we just throw in another shield. We also want to move again. Yeah, we do. Although that other tank picks us up again if we move too much, apparently. Alright, let's do that. Okay, sure. It seems like you roughly assigned. So you're killing that one as it comes close. Is it that one as it comes? I don't know which one you're fucking killing because I've immediately lost track of it. Alright, which one are you killing? That one. So it's that one that I'm shooting. This one's the one that's flanking us, right? Okay. Alright, this guy overheated like all hell last time. Let's see if we can watch his heat gauge this time. We're already pretty warm right now, apparently. Alright, when I'm there, what's the assault rifle range? Pretty decent at about there.
Returned.
Giant robots are glorious filthy hype.
Thanks to death. Filthy hype, indeed. Welcome back, man. Alright, so we shoot that guy. And then we're moving again. I don't want to move it directly there, can I not? Guess I want to wait until then. And then I want to move again. Heading away. Okay. And nothing in there overheats me, right? Can I shoot this guy thing again when it pops around the corner? I mean, it shows line of sight, but there's a house in my own mech in the way, so presumably I don't want to shoot it. I wonder if I can... Can you friendly fire in this game, you think, chat? I have no idea. Yeah. Alright, let's fire off this turn. I think I'm hitting my own guy in the back there. We killed that, surprisingly. Yeah. What happened? We didn't take any damage here because we didn't overheat ourselves for massive amounts of damage. This guy, I don't think this is back. I think this is literally lower. So shield took some damage. Is this enemy still up? This enemy is still up. It is unidentified pilot, Mr. Unknown, who is inactive. Don't know what it means, inactive here. We get shielding for a couple more seconds. It did look like friendly fire, didn't it? But I'm having a hard time seeing when things are hitting or not. I almost want the replay. I actually almost want the real-time speed to be slower so I can see what's happening. I hope that's a setting that we can eventually take to see what the impacts of our actions are, because it feels like that's probably a lot of the rewarding portion of it. I think these are overshots. You get hit markers, don't you? Kinda, yeah. Alright. So, we want to shotgun this thing. Can I replay the last turn? Let's get out of the tutorial before maybe there'll be more options once we get out of the tutorial. Some of my stuff has been tutorial locked already, and you know how frustrated I get when I'm trying to figure out things and I'm getting tutorial locked, so. Alright. So at this time frame, so we've got these long-range tanks that are shooting us, which is a bit of an issue since I've been kiting. And we currently are shielded. And lop another shield on here, I guess. Building against that. And I'm going to try to shoot him through the house, maybe. Yeah, like a whole fight replay might be interesting. I mean, that would just be visually, that would just be kind of the gratuitous, right? Like, okay, here's how it looked if we had done it all in real time. But I think it would actually be non-gratuitous to show us what's happening along the way. It'd kind of be nice. All right, so I want to go to here. Yeah. They're not even shooting me for the bulk of this. Like, literally, there's like, wait, there's no shots at all during this time frame? Then why the fuck would I be shielding? It's kind of bad, huh? All right. But I do want to pew this guy. If I shoot again, am I going to overheat? Apparently not. There is a min range. I think this band represents optimal. So, no, that's overheated by 12% damage per second. I see. Okay. So, I put it there. See, but hey, look at this. When I place this on the timeline, it just shows me heat at that timeline point, but doesn't show me heat added by using this skill until I've selected the skill. So I have no idea how long to wait. Since the attack is a chunk, what it should actually show me is how much heat does this attack add so that I can see if I'm overheated by the end of it. Because I don't know. So that's probably about the last time I can wait. If I do that, what happens? So I'm still overheated. It's clunky. Still overheated. Still overheated. Still overheated. Maybe that's what that little warning's supposed to be. Okay. How much damage is that actually doing if I look at that? I mean, I could wait as well. I think I want to move. I think it's going to die. Aster's showing how long until I'm overheated. Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out. Okay. Let's assume that's a thing. Already dealt with the one. We want to move this way now. Okay. Alright, I just want to move to my turn though. How do I move just to my turn? Cancel that. So just to there. Guess I don't actually want to get shot, so I guess I just want to move to there. Oh no, those are all blocked. Should be okay. Yeah, so we want to go to there. That's fine. And then as we're doing that, we probably want to put a couple rounds on that. SMG 30 to 40. This is in range. And I want it like there, as soon as my guy's out of the way. Okay. Can we shoot him again with that? Or is it going to overheat us? That does overheat us. I need to drag that until the white bars stop. Okay, like that. Wonder if any of his rounds cause heat on us. I guess we just keep shooting it along the way in case it's still alive. We just want to make sure that we don't die as we do it. Yeah, I'm not going to take that third action. Okay, let's run with that. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just shot our own guy in the back again, but maybe not. Oh, we're still shooting it even though it's dead. All right, what I want my final action of this turn to be, of this fight to be, is I want to activate jump jets and death from above them. That's what I want to have happen here. But I don't think that's an option. All right, so where are these assholes going? Go back over this way if I want. All right, let's do the shield guy first, since he's a little bit easier to maneuver since he's closer and has a block. I can't go around here for some reason. Why can't I exit the water here? Got the right guy selected? I do. I mean, that's a full turn to get to there. Too steep or deep? Yeah, it seems weird I can't walk out here, though. I mean, I'm wandering through the river. Presumably, if I can wander through the river, I can wander through the rest of it. But okay. I gotta go back. I might not have moved exactly like this had I realized. Feeling Decker is a positive for sure. Okay, so we're going to there. I don't think we can even hit something. I mean, we can. I don't see an ammunition gauge right now, so presumably low chance shots are still better than no chance shots. Okay. And meanwhile, you want to be moving this way. I think that's probably out of range of our weapon. Let's take a look. What our... Got good range. It doesn't have that good range, so oops. Head back this way. I think that's collision. I think that might be collision. Oh, sorry for your garage, civilian. All right, and SMG. He's right at the edge of SMG range here. I can't shoot both simultaneously, huh? That's the problem with this is what? It's further range. Okay, so this would be like if I got to here. I could shoot the one in the back, right? That looks blocked to me. Doesn't show me a block notification though. Alright, we'll just focus fire this one then. It's fine. Alright. We definitely collided. And it broke my one guy who stopped moving and stopped doing all the things I told him. But it didn't give me... I don't remember seeing a collision warning somewhere along the way. Frustrating. Okay, so all those actions didn't matter because we ran into each other. Definitely going this way. And can shoot from behind, apparently. There's white line where my weapon systems hit. No, it doesn't even show weapon systems yet. Okay, so we want to walk over to it. And we want to shoot it. guess I want to run the shield first, see where that actually needs to interface. So where am I getting hit? There. Okay. I want to shoot before that, like right at the last second before that. This guy. I want to launch another shield right there. Yeah. Alright, meanwhile, Mr. fucking bad pilot over here can get his ass into gear. How was the execution? Well, I mean, we're an hour and a half into the stream, checking it out. Still in the tutorial right now. Presuming all these are blocked by that interface there. Or the rock. Definitely want to go this way. Yeah, and where can I shoot him along the way? I don't know what this locked means. I think it means we're getting up. If I had to guess. What are these numbers floating right now? I think a blocked line means blocked, but we'll see. But presumably then from about here onwards, it still looks blocked to me. Alright, let's see how that goes. Big hits right there. Shooting a unit that's already dead. Yeah. Meanwhile, tank's running. We got shield up here. So there, tank can't even shoot me. Yeah, tank doesn't even shoot me there, so we're just gonna shoddy it right after that. I guess we'll move slowly towards it as that's happening. I don't want to melee it. I guess I could wait like 2 seconds and then go. No weird getting the wait commands as I want. Yeah. Seems fine. Meanwhile, I guess I run another attack here just to make sure it dies. Is that gonna blow me up? Heat? Doesn't look like it. Definitely blows me up for heat. Gonna drag that over a bit. Okay. I'm faster than it. Gotta be a little bit careful. Okay. Alright, and the other dude, meanwhile, wants to go this way to keep our line of fire open. And we want to SMG it about there. Maybe again about there. Yeah, let's try that. Yeah. I agree, Calric. I don't remember giving that command. The eject command via leaping to our death. Well, there might be some rolls in there, Hypnotic Borat. Maybe not possible to know if it's a dead target or not, but I hear you. Yep, Torvon also agree with that. All right, so yeah, I'd love to see a replay of the whole thing for sure. Uh-oh, it's evil mech.
So many lives lost. So much devastation. This isn't what I wanted for you. I thought you'd be born in a time of peace and prosperity, of love among people. But the world is so different now.
You know, there's been a game with this
Gangs
system
patrol
already,
the
chat.
streets. Neighbors turn on neighbors. People disappear in the night.
It's one of the
They keep telling us this is
Battlestar
temporary,
Galactica games, right?
that we'll come to love
With
our
spaceships
new way
instead of mechs,
life.
though.
Somehow, I don't believe them. I want to give you the freedom I once had.
Deadlock, yeah.
How
Deadlock.
can we few do that alone? We can't keep hope alive for much longer. We pray that
Yes.
someone, anyone, will answer our call.
It would be nice, Calthonia, if you had a command to shoot at a target and the target was dead by the time that command was supposed to be implemented, it didn't implement that command. That seems quite reasonable. Okay, that was the tutorial, guys. Took me quite a while to get through that. Pressing Shift Tab will open our bug reporter. Okay. The navigator bar allows you to switch between pause menu, the overworld map view, and all base views. Hey, cool. I assumed it was going to be a series of tactical missions. Sounds like there may be a strategic layer as well. That's exciting. Base. Uh-oh. We're based off of a truck. Let's hope mechs can't blow up trucks in this universe, huh? Got a Sleipnir and a Lance. We've got pilots. Foxtrot, Polaris, Kilo, and Tango. Hopefully we'll get double quarter pounder later. These are our units, which presumably are actual mechs. We have an inventory. All parts, all subsystems. Got a workshop. Production. Yeah, looking a little XCOM-y. Cool. Available build orders are very limited at the moment. Upgrades to the workshop are expected to arrive as we progress through the campaign. Can a double quarter pounder be just a half pounder? No. A double quarter pounder is 2 quarter pound patties as opposed to a single half pound patty. Are we needing characters? I don't know. There is fatigue. If we edit the unit, the name is renameable. Excellent. As is the call sign. Barrier regeneration, mass and power. I wonder what power represents. How are my tooltips? Does the camera angle show it? Which camera angle? Would remove a planning component. No. Because the idea... I don't think so, Calthonia. Thank you, Care Bear, for the gifted subs, man. Cheers. I mean, the idea is that supposedly, at least from the storyline in the tutorial, is you have a device that lets you see future actions. In other words, so the planning is, because you can see slightly into the future, you get a bit more heads up than the opponent does. But you're still hypothetically doing things in real time as they occur. So you would, despite being able to see the future, which, by the way, should tell you whether or not something dies. So if you're totally in line with that, you should know if the unit dies from your shots, in which case you wouldn't have to pull the trigger the second time. But even assuming that, you should still be able to be in the moment, I don't need to fire again because it's happened, because the unit's dead, right? Just saying. I don't think you can go storyline there. And even then, we have a long-standing belief in this channel that storyline needs to come second to gameplay. You can have great storyline, and you can have great gameplay, and they don't need to be mutually exclusive, but you shouldn't have storyline making gameplay bad. Anyways. Alright. So, am I supposed to be doing stuff right now? I guess I was just looking at the interface here. So we have supplies, units. This is blocked. See what the interface does to you guys.
A kind
That needs to be
gesture.
moved. This probably needs to be moved as well. I mean, maybe. If this is just tabbing between interface, maybe it doesn't need to be moved. Put it over there. Calric! Donating too, man. $9, Calric. You'd like to get a shield mech named Sandrock. Sure. Alright, what do we have? Can I see my mechs? Pilot's base, units. We just have these two. How do I tell which is which? This one has the 400 point barrier. Presumably this is the shield one. Alright, edit unit. Okay. Edit the name of the unit. Edit livery. That's how I pronounce that, livery? I don't think I can edit the name of that. Maybe I can edit the pilot name. But I don't think I can edit the name of the mech. Which makes sense, right? Move the camera to an isometric above the mech. Move the camera to the right of the mech. Okay. Does it say arms holding equipment and shield the core? Arm hold equipment and shield the core from lateral fire. Losing an arm would remove your ability to use equipment on it. Okay. Destroying the upper body kills the mech. And kills the pilot if no ejection took place. Okay. Heat threshold, overheat chance. I don't know what a chance is on overheat then. We'll find that out later. Cooling speed. Wonder if this is 35 per second or some other unit that we don't know yet. Power and mass. Alright, just looking around right now, chat. Just looking around. Insufficient funds for building anything. Fine. I have 125 supplies and 2 units. The world is here. Although presumably only the world is accessible via large truck. Mobile base. A heavily modified walker service vehicle from one of the old mining operations, restored and fitted with every bit of cloaking equipment the resistance could find. Indispensable in our operations, the mobile base enables our squads to strike at exact time and place where we can make a difference and let us get away before enemy reinforcements arrive, so long as they don't use roads. I think this is a grid of locations. Why do I need to pause? I think this is real time and I'm just like wasting huge amounts of time right now. I assume it's not, but. Mountain base, farm village. Inspect mountain base. Short range inventory scan. Your short range inventory scan displays any available intel about salvageable or stored equipment and supplies in the targeted area. Performing scans on enemy units can reveal your position, so weapons and armor installed on live units cannot be scanned. Okay. A Felheim mountain base. Range intel out of range. Garrison level 2. Hope on defeat 50. Salvage detected 20. Okay. Are we finding a mission? That is a fair number of locations, isn't it? Alright. Let's see what modification. So I can change the oh, there it is. Modify unit names. I'm wrong. Ah, okay. What did you want it? Sandrock? Yeah. It's open-ended. Okay. Epic Store. Is this Epic Store EA? Yes, this is Epic Store EA. The one I have here. I don't know if chat says it's on Steam as well. I believe you. I'm using Epic Store for this. Okay. Headmark is hostile. Is this the next mission? Day 0, 427. Is this because I chose that as a location? Let's see. If I go to somewhere else, if I said... That's Felheim. Maybe this is where we're at right now. Can I set it as a location? I just right-clicked on it and now we're moving towards it. Rip. Okay. It's time to take back our country. We should start... Do we have enough storyline? Do we understand what's happened? I thought we were just checking on a transponder or a fucking communications tower and we got attacked. But we have reason to believe it's more than that? It's like an invasion? Yeah. Time to take back our country. We should start with the mountain base, the last outpost that belonged to the Phantom Brigade. It should have some spare supplies and parts to help us get back on our feet. Okay. Wait, pause. No, fuck. Pause. Oh god, we're moving. I can't. Okay, I don't know how to cancel movement once I've started it, and apparently by right-clicking we put it in a move. All right. On a nice thing, when I do pause and come back, it does stop movement. Yeah. How'd I lose the whole country? Well, we were busy with the radio tower. It was important broadcasts. Our sponsors couldn't get their message through without it, so we had to go after that. I want to add things to my mechs. Can I play with my mech base? Pilots, units, inventory, base. Units. How did we get to... We were there a second ago. Was it in the inventory? No. This is apparently the point of view of Lars. Fucking Lars. Alright, what are these numbers next to it? Fatigue. Alright, so we should switch pilots then, I guess, to bring Tango and Polaris instead. What can I edit about them? Is it just name? Randomized call sign, randomized portrait, sure, okay. We weren't buying snacks. We were inefficient. We were very bad at radio repair. It just took us a fair amount of time to do it, I guess, maybe. Edit unit. Alright, what can we do to it? These are camera locations. Let's say we want to edit the right item. Equipped part. This is the assault rifle. Oh, but here it actually tells me something useful. It tells me somewhere in here is going to be heat damage, presumably. Damage radius 1, impact 19, impact radius 4, projectile speed 300, heat change 62. Well, the description lies then. Oh, heavy handgun. I thought this was the SMG. Oh, this guy has a assault rifle and a shotgun. Is this a different mech than the one we were using then? Okay. Projectile speed 180, heat change, fragments 24, but where's the range? Optimal range there. That's kind of nice. So the optimal range of the shotgun goes out to 36, and the optimal range of the assault rifle starts at 33. Scatter concussive damage. There's the heat. What is this heat 90 bullshit? Didn't it say heat 62 right there? Why does it say heat change 62 there and then heat here 90? Shouldn't those be the same? All right. Total heat is 90. Total heat of what? My heat threshold says over here 100. We can change the internal frame core structure. 90 on activation, mathed into 62 change over duration of the action. Cool. Can I change the cartridge? Maybe. No equipment in inventory. I might just maybe not be able to do anything. I was looking to see if I can make modifications of the mechs and see what the interface with that would be, but it doesn't look like I can do that right now. That's fine. Let's do another mission, get some supplies, and see what it's like. Yeah. All right. Back to the world map. Let's head to the mountain base. Right click. Alright, in visual range of the base. Once a mining facility, the Felheim base was later retrofitted as an emergency mech storage depot built to support the forces of the homeland should they need them. When the invasion began, the country was overrun too quickly for anyone to utilize it. The abandoned place could serve us well if we managed to dispatch the enemy forces guarding it. People of this province become more hopeful when the brigade, defeats invaders. And so capturing Felheim will mean hope rises here. Enough hope, the region is liberated. More information about the province's hope level can be found under its name.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Goodness.
Got some
Care Bear
great
treating me,
news.
and
I
now
passed
Neopole
my
as well.
Professional exam today, so I'm celebrating. Been watching since Civ FFA days. Thanks for getting through my undergrad, master's, and now the professional exams.
Cheers, Neopole.
Here's to a great future and more filthy fun.
Thank you very much for the $100, and congratulations on passing your professional exam, man. You want to tell us what you do? I'm curious now. And I'm glad I got you through school, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. You've been watching me all the way through. Cheers. Okay. All right, let's see what the fight here is going to be. All right, suit up. Edit unit, deploy squad. Edit unit. I've already been to this screen. We couldn't fucking change anything, right? So I guess we're just launching. Yeah. Hold on. I did want to change the pilots. I wanted to work with who was lower fatigue. $100 is like 8 pounds? No. No, $100 is like $100. All right, let's change pilots out. So these two are most... I want to bring Polaris instead of Kilo. How do I select that? Under fatigue is base fatigue. It's euros, not pounds. Oh, thanks. When I see the symbols next to each other, I definitely see the difference, but sometimes I don't see the difference when I'm looking at them like that. How do I change people? All right, I'm having a hard time figuring out who's in what. These two look like they're active because they're blue, but does that mean anything? If I double click here, does it do anything? Right click doesn't do anything. Edit does what? Edit's just the naming stuff. How do I see who's actually in the unit? Unit here. Kilo. Do I change it here? Can I not change it? Units, click the pilot icon here. I see. Okay. Alright, so we'll bring the two least fatigued people. That seems fine. Did we see any information about these pilots? Like, do they have stats besides fatigue? Excellent marksman? Sure, but does that tell us anything? Veteran test pilot. All pilots are the same. They don't have stats yet? Okay, thanks. Presumably later they will. Makes sense. Alright, let's go ahead and do our mission then. Mission briefing. Squad limit 2. Difficulty very easy. Okay. How do I get back to that? Yes, I wish to launch the mission. Uh-oh. Back to the base tab. There's 2 floating things that tell me the mission itself. Right here. And right here. And you tell me I have to go to the base tab to launch? I'm in the base tab, apparently. Uh-huh. Units tab. Sure. Okay. Start combat. Oh, I was supposed to probably be reading that. Huh? I wasn't reading that. I was drinking water. Ugh. Okay. So I wonder if we always start in a predetermined location or not. There was a way to change tilt, R and F. Better. From pilot portraits? Yeah, you can change the pilot portraits. And we brought different pilots, so presumably yes. Eliminate all hostiles as soon as possible to secure the base. Ah, there's hostiles, so they're patrolling. Hostiles are in tanks. Always random locations and spawn. Okay. Alright. I wonder if like later like pilots are gonna have like you could do all sorts of cool things with this, right? You'd have like ability to see into the future, like how long. Or like how like reaction times to see how many things they could do in that. Anyways. We want to shoot the tanks and we don't want to die. Do I have a shield mech here still? I do. Can I move off this high terrain here? If I wanted to, could I move down here? Yes. What, this noob tank doesn't shoot? Why doesn't noob tank shoot? What does that tank do? He's just here for fun? Okay. So if we want to wait... Go about there maybe? Then I want to move forward. Get LOS on this thing. Ah, dude, I don't trust the terrain. Like, see that white line being blocked like that? That makes me think I can't see it. But presumably I can. I'll see enemy actions if I click on them. Where? I have been using hotkeys for these. Although hotkeys do not switch between your mechs that I'm aware of yet. Click the model. Oh, no shit. Thanks, man. That's super helpful. You can see its attack actions. Shot is blocked. F1 to F4 to switch between units. Hell yes. Thank you. Hotkeys are the quality of life for all gamers. 100%. Alright. So was this guy shooting at all then? Was he shooting here? That's just all blocked those shots. So he's just shooting stupidly and then he shoots again here. Am I using the right guy? Nah, I get the other guy selected. That's this guy. No, it's not. This guy also shoots at dumb times. He just shoots and can't hit anything, apparently. Yeah. Alright. Well, I don't know what that actually means for me here. I think it means I'm going to go shotgun the one guy. Watch shoot terrain all the time and each other. Perfect. Okay. What happens if I collide with a vehicle? Are mechs good at colliding with vehicles? Also, I saw like a yellow interface to like collide for a second and then didn't. Knock down or push, they crash. Alright, Alright, so we want a shield starting about there. Maybe even earlier, because I kind of want it to be done, but that's going to be done. Great. And then I want to fucking shotgun this guy in the head. When I get to there, I probably want to move again. Oh, shoot me again if I move again. I walk past him. Mm-hmm. Seems fine. Alright, meanwhile. Do I have any idea of their health points? Yeah, 174, 139, 61. Okay. There will be collision? I didn't show me collision on that timeline, man. Are you sure? Oh, there's collision there. We take, is damage persistent or mission based? See what happens if we run them over. Yeah. Have to repair. Chad, I want to see what happens when they collide. Let's just assume collision. We'll collide once and see what it does, damage-wise, etc. Alright, meanwhile, how do I clear this? Like that. I want to go down here. Go up here. And then I want to assault rifle his ass. About there. Yeah. Easy collision. Oh, come on. Like, I need a much more clear visual indicator of when my mechs are colliding. Like, it should just be, like, if the fucking timeline wants to show me when my heat's going up, when I run into my own guys, like, that definitely needs to be an issue. Yeah. I didn't see it. Chat, if you guys saw it, I didn't see that at all. Did it show me somewhere? It's shown? Okay. Well, I need it more. All right. What happened here? I have no idea. Yeah, fucked all my actions for sure. Took my turn to run into my own guy. That's pretty bad. Also, it's really tough to get a sense of how much verticality these mechs can do. I think they need ramps. I don't think they have any ability to move up and down without them. I think this means we're getting shot by this asshole. But I have like LOS on him this entire way and he can't shoot me from here. We should probably go all the way over here, just like railing him. Use dash to get on top of a building. What is dash? Dash isn't a thing. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and shoot with our primary weapon here. Wait, that's secondary weapon? I don't know which is which here. Which do I have selected here? Primary. Yeah. Why does it act like I can't fire it wherever I want? I want to shoot it from there. Alright, so we shoot it all the way through there. And we move again. This way, I guess? I don't really want to move this way. Maybe this way so I can shoot the little fucker too. Can't I drag the run command? Lets me drag the attack command all around, but it won't let me drag the run command. It wants me to put a weight in there, I guess. Annoying. Maybe because it's a continual movement. If I drag the run command like that, it should just add a weight in between. Run is always one after the other, but sure. But if I want to drag the run command, it should just add a weight. Then it would be all the way in between and be continuous for movement, but still give me the ability to use the timeline in a more reasonable way. Alright, so we're gonna... Oops. Yeah. Come down here. Maybe not there, actually. I see the range on his weapons. Cannon, thermal range 48 to 99, so it actually doesn't like being close. I can see that. It's actually really helpful. It changes everything I was gonna do. All right. So if its optimal is fucked when we get close, let's go close. Why not go behind the tank? Because I was trying to avoid, see this where I'm getting shot right there? I was trying to avoid that. But if he's really bad at optimal range, that's fine. We'll just deal with that. Also, what is this thing doing in the meanwhile? Nothing. Inside our optimal too. Why does it show me as like 90? This is like a hover, but it's not a target. Am I overheated there or no? I didn't see that show me that. It acts like it's overheating, but not showing me the overheat thing anymore. 94. 98. Done. Okay. I guess we want to stay relatively close to it then. Okay. Yeah, why are you still... Because it's now... Just wait. I'm shooting again. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking do that because I'm tired of playing with the timeline. Alright, what's the other guy doing? Wait, no way. Wait, what? The whole time it's been the other guy? No. What are you doing? Are you just fucked? Alright, so what happened to this vehicle? Is this vehicle dead? Is that why it's not doing anything? Inactive. I killed its track so it can't move, I see. Inactive equals dead. Okay. Oh, but it can shoot me if I move again. How come it's shooting me then, chat, if it's inactive? See the red line there? Space? Do I hold space, Torvon? I'm just gonna do that. That seems fine. Alright, we'll try holding space. Okay, that's... Oh, it's a turn speed modifier. Okay, so it's like maybe a toggle. Okay, we took that out. Guy starts shooting at the building. Engaging, let's deal with them and report command. There's no activity here for a while. I have no idea who these walkers are. It's intercepted comms. We're on the next turn. The guy who was quote-unquote inactive is still here, so presumably I have to kill it. Yeah. Slow-mo is nice. That's fine. I would have killed this guy as well had I understood that. I guess I don't know what inactive means then. He still shows him as inactive, but he definitely shot last round. And there's only the two enemies. Oh, there's a mech there. Maybe that's what the new threat is. I'm unclear on what's happening with that. I don't want to be shot in the back. What is this thing doing for the next turn? Nothing. Just shooting into that wall. All right. I don't understand this. It's not giving me... If I select... Okay, chat. Next question. See how it shows me different accuracies based on where I click? It doesn't actually matter where I click, right? This is just showing me the range. If I click on him, it's just going to shoot at him, right? All right. What's my heat at here? Half? I need a bit more moving. Oh, I'm getting shot. If I go there and stay there, I get shot. I just need to keep that building in between us. Okay. I don't want to run into him, which I will do apparently. I'm gonna wait. Oh, he impacts me there if I stand there. Fuck. Okay. So I guess there's more waiting here. Okay, then we're gonna move again.
Have returned.
I have to move again?
Months for Swolmec.
Thanks, Hawkeye. Welcome back, man. Alright. and then I shoot him here. What's the range on this thing? Can't tell. Where's my interface here? This is really good here. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna blow the fucking living bejesus out of him. Can I just throw another one in here too? Yeah, we're super overheated if I do that. Actually overheated if I do that too. So we can drag that out a little bit more. Yeah. He's just walking towards us getting shot in the head, which is fucking great. Meanwhile, when's he shooting? He like never shoots me. I just wait. Does he ever shoot? Yeah, he shoots. Then. Until. Then. And we walk towards him slightly. Why is he still shooting here? Oh, because I gotta run wait until the end of this shield action. And then I can walk towards him again. Keep the building in between me and Mr. Disabled over there. And we want to shoot him. Gets into optimal about then. Low hit chance. Okay, walks around, gets shot, gets shot, gets shot, gets shot, gets shot. Okay, I think that's going to blow him up. Let's find out. Okay, he just blew up the building and then shot me because he's inactive whilst clearly shooting me, and it doesn't tell me the building blows up. So I have no knowledge of the building blowing up, and he gets to do damage to me, which is kind of annoyingness. Kind of annoying, rather. Okay, I think we killed him. But I took a bunch of extra damage I didn't need to take there. To this guy. I think my definition of inactive seems a lot different than their definition of inactive. I think inactive means immobile for them. Yeah, our future prediction does seem kind of... For someone who can see the future, we seem to be very surprised by a lot of enemy actions here. Yeah. Alright. It is, he's only... Okay, but inactive does not mean immobile. Immobile means immobile. Inactive means inactive. Isn't that great? Are you guys learning with me? Why don't let me attack him? Alright, presumably this will inactivate him. It doesn't show me here when it will overheat me, I don't think. Oh, maybe it does. Maybe I can just shoot them both and not worry about it. No, I can't. And he just shoots me